Hey y'all, welcome to I'm sorry. I'm getting it confused. My regular intro. Hey y'all, welcome to the Really Shady recap and review panel, y'all. Happy Sunday.
Hey
It's
y'all.
your girl Treese here. And of course, we have the lovely Really BTV. Okay. And thank y'all for being here this Sunday morning, this afternoon, morning/afternoon, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. This is Ready to Love, season 11, episode 11, okay? And I guess next week will be the finale. And then
they said that next week is the finale. So
I guess we're gonna get 13, or they're gonna give us a two-part reunion. I didn't mean to speak that into existence. I didn't. I'm just saying. I mean, they usually don't do odd numbers. So that's why I'm like, hey, lovely 31. Hey,
I don't know. Last season they only did a one-part reunion, but they only needed a one-part reunion last season.
Right. Because
I don't know if there's enough here to give us two parts, if I'm being honest.
Well, no, because these are a group of friends. We said that last week. This is a group of friends at this point.
Basically.
Look, I even said, really be gone, but I said, please understand that she is nowhere sad that she doesn't have to be up here recapping this show. Just like Nels isn't, y'all. And shout out to Nels and my beautiful new niece, Saray, that joined us yesterday.
We got a baby.
Baby and mom are doing well, happy, healthy. So yes. And she is absolutely beautiful. She's stubborn already, but that's okay.
She like her mama.
Look, it was so funny. She tries to blame down her daddy, and I said,
no.
I think she got it both ways. Thank you so much, Brandon. But yeah, y'all. So what y'all think about this episode? I was really upset with how Bello was allowing basically Dom to handle old girl Lauren, and I felt that was just out of line. But we gonna. Oh, go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were done with your thought. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we're going to run the intro and we're going to come back and we're going to get into it. So Let's get shady, y'all.
Let's get shady.
Last drip on the skyline pen. Shade in the city, true hits like a banger. I said it, I meant it, no need for disclaimers. Haters right away, but they just false claimers. Concrete beats are heavy like cinder. Looking for one, but the streets feel winter. No filters, no edits, I'm raw with my splinters. My life a movie, they're watching the trailers. I'm not gonna hold you. Shade in the city, the life in the mold. You like and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. This is my word, I just let you inside. City, I'm not gonna hold you. Shade in the city, my words gon' console you. Like and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe.
All right, y'all. So y'all know we started off this episode. Oh, let me get us in our respective corners so y'all can actually see the pictures that I took the time to get.
Yes, listen, not Nails. Tree's been on it with these pictures this season. Okay, girl, I see you.
Oh, thank you. Look, I be trying. You saw what time I text you.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I'm up getting the pictures, and I don't even think I got them all, but I did the best that I could, and that's
Baby,
what y'all
got enough, child. Listen.
But yeah, y'all, hold on. I'm trying to, so I'm not covering you. All right, there we go. So yeah, Tommy's meeting with the guys and he instructs them that the goal for this week is for them to meet the family. We see we're down to 3 guys and we have 5 women left, right? Or is it 4?
I don't even know.
Really big like, look, I missed last week. I don't even know who's still there.
Lauren. Okay, we got Lauren. We got Donna. Isn't that the mathematician, Donna?
Yeah.
Alexia, Alexis, whatever her name.
Oh, who is Alexia?
What's her name? The two women that Darius likes.
Ashley and Ashley and Ashante.
I knew it was A's. So I think those are the 4 names. I think those are the 4 women.
Okay.
So Dominique. So they're 5.
So it is 5. Good look at you, really, B. Look. You say you ain't know nobody's name. Look at you on it this morning. Newbie and Mahogany, good morning. Brandon said that this was a solid 5. Okay. So yeah, we see Darius. He's invited Ashley and Ashante out to meet his brother and sister. I didn't think this was a bad scene necessarily. However, okay, we're going to get into it. Hold on. Let me get the right picture up. Okay. So of course, Ashanti gets there first, right? She's, the brother and sister, what's their names? Joy and Terry. So they seem to be liking her. We learned that she got a 10-year-old daughter. I'm mad that we're just now finding this out. I thought she was literally single this whole time. I'm not single this whole time, but like single, no kids this whole time. I thought she was rich auntie. I had no clue. So yeah, we found out she got a 10-year-old daughter. Of course, Ashley has none. And then his sister brings up, where, you know, if somebody came at Darius, like, how would you feel about it? Because, you know, he be the type to curb them and actually put them to work, which I was kind of like, Ashley. And you know, if Nels was here, she would be tight about it. But no, what we not doing is giving all these women access to you. That's what we're not gonna do. I don't know how y'all felt about that.
So this is what I took away from this episode. Really the last 2 episodes, because, you know, I watched them back to back. This is what I took away. Okay. I understand now what people do wrong in dating. And here's what people do wrong in dating. People will already know the answer, but will stay in a situation because either A, they don't want to be alone, or B, they think they're going to change something. Mm-hmm. I feel like in a variety of these situations, people are, and I get it, it's a game, it's a show, and people want to stay on longer, whatever. But girl with the pearl necklace, Ashley, you allowed yourself to get embarrassed, even though you already knew your person wasn't there. Your friend told you your person wasn't there.
Oh, Shannon.
You said you agreed that your person wasn't there. And none of those men could, sitting in your face, none of those men could say, you are my number one. Mm-hmm. Yet you allowed yourself to stay in this situation. And again, now I got to agree with Ebby. For what? There's no prize at the end. You don't win anything. So it makes no sense to me why you did not self-eliminate. Shannon, thank you, boo.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me why you did not self-eliminate after that episode. Then we have is it Donna, the one
mathematician with the blonde?
No, not the mathematician, the other one. The one, the tall, light-skinned one.
Oh, Lauren.
Then we have Lauren. And shout out to Chloe Bay. Lauren did an interview with on Chloe Johnson. So y'all check that interview out after y'all.
Oh, really? That didn't come across my feed. I
think she just did it last night, so I haven't had a chance to watch it. But y'all go check it out because maybe she's gonna give some insight. But Lauren is literally running around the cabin before elimination, trying to balance and figure out, does somebody here like me enough to keep me? For what?
What? No, I agree. She should have left last week. When Steven showed that he was more concerned about Shannon leaving, he should have self-eliminated. And then Lauren should have realized, oh, I have no more connections here because I can't even have a conversation with this man without him whispering because Dom is in the room. So yeah, she should have got up and left at that point.
You know, so okay, wait a minute. Brandon said, I thought there was a cash prize. There's no cash prize. You get a per diem. So for every episode that you're on, you get paid. But let's be clear, none of these people that have been on Ready to Love have quit their day job. So It's not that much. It's not enough for me to allow myself.
I was going to say, I think it's maybe like 12. I think I've heard like $1,200, maybe $1,500. It's basically an income tax. Your income tax return might be higher than that.
Right. It's a per diem. Yeah. Now, there may be some sort of like bonus for making it to the end, but again, even if it's that, ain't nobody quit their day job for making it to the end.
I would feel better if they at least sent them on an all expense paid trip or something. I
think they need to put a trip, like for the couples that make it to the end, they need to get some sort of like vacation. I don't even care if it's just Miami at the Four Seasons for the
weekend. Right. I agree.
Something I've said that since I started watching this show, that there should be some sort of something. But because there isn't, and I say that about the women, but I can do the same thing on the men's side. Like, Steven, your person isn't here, sir. The fact that it is a week before the finale and you are still trying to figure out who you like the best. The fact that you gave out 3 different
succulents.
Sir, your person isn't here.
I agree. Hey, Crescent Diva. Hey, Cheryl. I saw y'all come in.
Yeah, as I watched that, that's what, and I know we're off topic, but
no, we on topic.
That's what hit me watching this last episode. I was like, basically I see now this is what we, and I say we because I've done it. I don't do it at the age I'm at now. Well, I guess to a certain extent I do, but I don't. But we stay in these situations when we already know this isn't our
What's
person.
up? Right.
Now it's cool if you say, look, I just want to date and have a good time. I want somebody that I can go out and go to nice restaurants with and spend time with. And when a concert come to town or there's an event or when I want to take a little vacation, I got somebody in my Rolodex, cool. But if you say you are looking for that person, when you realize that this isn't your person, then it's time to move on.
It's time to move. Right. Right.
And you know, so
what? What's it? 1, 2, 3. Release us.
Right. The only person in this scenario that I think they have found their person is Dominique. I don't think anybody else here believes that they have found their person.
And I don't even think. I think Dominique thinks she found her person, but we're gonna get into that because I think that's more. I love what Afi said. It's giving possessiveness.
Yeah.
It's giving possessiveness, and I feel like if you know he for you, and you know what I mean, you shouldn't be that thirsty. And she was really showing her behind or letting her slip show, as y'all would say.
She definitely showed her behind. Yeah, that's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. See, Golden, this is all a game for them at this point. And I get it, it's a TV show, so it's a game. But
right.
But again, if we talking about like what lesson have I learned, I guess is what I'm saying. But go ahead. So we still all right, we had Darius with his family.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the people that rolled in late. Hey, Mona. All right. Dom doesn't want Bello. It's just competition. Oh, okay. That's how y'all. That's the second person that said that. This man showing his chest and wearing furs. So is it hot or is it cold? You know what? This is where I need Jaguar in the chat. But yes, little baby, I agree. What season is it? Because between Donna and Darius, I am completely confused. Donna
in them shorts, girl. Don't you never wear them shorts again. And not because they're shorts, but because they don't flatter you.
And then what's so wild? Do you think? I'll wait till we get there because I was like, Vince, are you shading her or are you complimenting? Because I'm not really sure. It was giving a little bit of. I
think that's his personality. I think there was some shade there, but I think that's just his personality, child.
Right. All right.
So we get there. We'll get there.
So let's get back to this scene. So basically, we find out that Ashley and Darius have had a situation because she's made it clear that she ain't gonna be in the house cooking and cleaning, and this makes Darius feel away because he's like, or he says to her, well, that sounds like some really stupid ish or something like that. I can't remember verbatim, but he was like a 40-year-old would never say that. So this pisses Ashley off. She feels insulted. He immediately realized that he effed up and he starts apologizing. But I guess Ashley hasn't let it go. So when she shows up at this lunch meeting with his family, she decides she wants to divulge and get their opinion on what they were going through. And this makes Darius feel away. And I'm not going to lie to you. I will be honest. I'm not saying, even though I may not like him and how he comes off on our screen, I got to give him his things. If we're going through something, I don't expect you to go to breakfast with my mama and then start, you know what I mean, talking about our relationship issues. We'll either don't come to breakfast or we'll talk about that after breakfast. But I understand that was the point of this, but I really think it was the point of them.
That wasn't the point of this.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because
now, I am 100% with you. Let me tell you something. If the point of that was to meet the family and get a vibe on the family, the point of that was not to use it as our personal therapy session.
Thank you. That's
my problem is what Darius said was, yes, we had the argument. Yes, I shouldn't have said what I said. I apologize. We were past it. So why are we putting the car in reverse? And now that you have my family, are you trying to embarrass me? See, I would take it as, are you trying to embarrass me in front of my family? Like, right. What did you think my family was going to say? Because we talked about it and we resolved it. And that shouldn't even be a part of this conversation. Mm-hmm. And again, for me, that tells you her level of maturity. That tells you how she handles conflict and how she holds on to shit. And then later on, when we get to the vents of it, we'll get to that in a minute. But later on, I'm like, yeah, that for me, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all.
No, okay. So I thought it was just me. I was like,
No, I didn't like that.
even though he might have been wrong in his approach and what he said, I was like, nah, sis, that's not how you handle it. What did the chat have to say?
And again, she's bringing her baggage, talking about, because like the sister was saying, the sister was like, well, I mean, that's spiritual. We believe certain things. And she was like, yeah, but men use that as a way to justify, and men this and men that. And well, men will do this, but men don't uphold other things. It's like, whoa.
We're talking about my brother. We're not talking about every man.
Right. Are you bringing all of your relationships into this conversation?
Right.
As you know, because now you're talking about men cheating and men this and men that. That's not, man, that's not what we're here for.
I agree. Nubian said Ashley better recognize that that's what he's going to expect from her. Absolutely. See, Golden said he was out of line, but I do see the immaturity with Ashley. Agreed. Hey, Raven, happy Sunday, boo.
And my thing is, yes, that's what he's going to expect. But guess what? He's telling her that. He's not keeping it a secret. He's being very clear on what he wants in a relationship. There's nothing wrong with what he wants in a relationship. If it's not you, then like I said before, then you're not his person.
So I wonder if he had the same discussion, because as I'm looking through my notes, and y'all help me out, virtual co-host in the chat, as well as Really B, but did I miss something with Ashanti? Did they really? I don't have anything about outside of us learning she had a 10-year-old daughter. What else did they ask her or talk about when Ashanti was there?
I don't even remember, child.
That's what I'm saying. I think they had all the smoke for Ashley.
Because Ashley gave them the smoke to have.
Well, that's true. But what I'm saying is, so it's almost like Ashanti got out of being asked any real questions, or at least we didn't get to see it.
I think it was just edited out because I think because of what happened with him and old girl was so much. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think it mattered. Right, see, Golden, I don't even think it mattered by the time we got to the because
Look, V. Spencer said, the way I haven't watched nor one recording of the show since episode 3. We understand, V. Spencer, but we do it for the people. We do it for y'all, okay? So let's move on. We got Vince and his brother that are basically twinning, okay?
They are the same person.
They really are the same person. He's inviting Donna and Lauren out to meet his brother Michael. And so the brother wants to get a little more clarity as far as Donna's timeline, right? And so she lets it be known that, actually, let me change that up. So Lauren gets there first, right? And so he was like, she shows up, and Lauren immediately goes into the disagreement with her friends. And I was like, see, Lauren, you doing it too. I just don't understand.
Because again, going back to the conversation they had at the lake house or the lob, wherever they were, the conversation they had, Lauren thinks that he was wrong, and she still thinks that he was wrong, even though they talked about it. I thought we resolved it. Why are you bringing it up again? And the brother even said, the brother was like, well, it sounds like they were calling him a liar.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't he get offended? Why is he wrong? You asked that man a question, he gave you an answer. It was a real simple question.
Right.
And again, if you think he lied about his height, at the end of the day, is it a big fucking deal? Most people lie about their height and their weight and they age. Like, doesn't matter if he's really 6'2" or 6'1" or 5'11". Like, doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, what is the big deal? But it turned into a big deal because your friends didn't let it go, not him. He answered the question. Right. They were the ones that doubled back. So he was wrong for being offended.
Brandon said, can't remember.
There go Jaguar. Hey, Jaguar.
Jaguar, literally, I must have spoke you into existence because I literally just brought you up. I said, where's Jaguar at? Ravine, no one really likes Ashanti, in my opinion. I can kind of agree with that. And which makes me wonder how the finale is going to go, because I feel like she just out there. She's like probably like a good second choice, but I don't think she's anybody's strong first choice. I haven't even started the season. Well, damn, little baby, I appreciate you being here. You ain't even watching.
Right. Thank you for loving us.
Right. Thank you, baby. The Crescent Diva said, why are we still talking about this height question? I don't know.
Right, because we're talking about it because she keep fucking bringing it up.
Yes, and again, she made the same mistake that Ashley did. This was not the time. So then he was, and what was wild, he's asking her, so what in your relationships, or what did you contribute to the demise of your relationships,
which I thought was a good question.
I thought so too. And so you hear Lauren, she's like, well, she was Bob the Builder, is what it sounds like. And she went with a man with potential. He leveled up. And once he leveled up, I guess she couldn't see it for him because she helped him level up. And so she really didn't respect him. And so the brother was like, so it sounds like you were borderline disrespectful. And she was like, yeah. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay. And back to Really B's point, I meant to say this when you said it earlier. With the whole back and forth and her thinking that Vince is really wrong. So then why are we still beating a unalive horse? Let it go. Y'all don't agree.
And
he's not your person. Let's move on.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, again, I'm frustrated because I'm like, I guess because I will debate, but I will not argue.
Right.
I don't have a problem with a debate. I love to debate, but I'm not going to keep arguing, and I'm damn sure not going to keep arguing about the same thing. If we have talked about it and we have resolved it, don't keep bringing it up when we have a different audience. Because now I feel like you are trying to recruit an alliance. You're trying to recruit people against me instead of just saying, you know what? It was a lesson learned, because that's what Vince did. Vince pivoted and said, but you know what we learned from it? ...
Right.
And that's what frustrates me when we keep because now I feel like you just trying to so you want to plead your case to my brother when you don't even have to.
Right.
You don't even have to bring it up. Why? And again, we understand editing. I'm sure they talked about other things, but the fact that it even came up at all for them to show us is my issue.
Yep. I agree. Crescent Diva, Vince and Lauren have the same general personality, debate and argue. I can agree with that. Chef Don Don, how you doing, boo? Happy Sunday.
Hey, Don Don.
Little baby said, yeah, I love y'all more. Well, I appreciate that. I get it. V Spencer said, I was asked one time if I was Nigerian. I said, no, born and raised in Houston, Texas. Then they asked, are you sure, several times? I've been in my body my whole life. I'm pretty sure. Okay. V Spencer.
You know what? That happened to me last weekend when I was in Orlando. People kept asking me if I was Dominican. And I was like, one person even said something to me in Spanish. And I was like, somebody did the same thing to me. They were like, are you Dominican? And I was like, no. Oh, you look Dominican.
Are you sure?
I told you I wasn't. Like, it's like, what y'all want from me? Like, I said what I said. And I gave you a very clear answer. No, not Dominican. And then they were like, oh, well, where are you from? I was like, I'm from Washington, D.C. Like, did you think I was going to say Dominican? Like, what did you think I was going to say? Like,
right. Gotta love people. See, Golden said, I thought the brother was rude to her. Okay. Different perspective. The height situation was childish and mean girly from Lauren's friends. Thank you, Chef Don Don. Can y'all mash the like button if you haven't already? See, Golden said, people do that to me all the time, but I don't get offended. Okay. I
didn't get offended. I just didn't understand why you're going to insist. Like, I
answered your question. On saying this is what
for me would have come in if somebody kept going. Like, if I tell you no, that's the end of it. Don't keep insisting. Like, I don't know who the fuck I am or where I'm from.
Right.
So, like, that's the same thing. If somebody were to say to you, how tall are you? And I give you an answer. Okay, moving on.
I hear you. Jaguar said Lauren put in no effort to the process. She was standoffish and thought pretty privilege would take care of her. She's lied twice and has ended the process the same way she started. She did this for exposure. Okay. Okay. Well, Lil Baby said, I've had Jamaican people ask me if I'm Jamaican because apparently I sound Jamaican. I didn't know I had an accent. Okay, so I guess we all go through it, right? So then we go back to Donna. Donna says, I guess her response was that she was being real disrespectful, I guess, or talking disrespectfully to her ex, and that led her to evaluate and look inward, and then she realized that the real issue was with her daddy, so she decided to resolve some of those issues. And so the brother is like, oh my God, that's so profound, and so, so amazing.
That was bullshit.
Because literally, essentially, I thought they had the same answer. Kinda. They were both disrespectful as hell, is what it gave.
And then if you heard the word, like, I'm the kind of person words mean things. See, I had to fix that.
I was gonna say because we are not eclectic over here. Eclecta. We're
Right.
not eclecta.
He said, I spoke to him with a level of vitriol. That's not vitriol is a whole level of disrespect. When you
Yes.
So like again, but it also makes me wonder if that's why she's going so far out of her way to be so accommodating and it's okay. Oh no, that's great. Oh, okay. Because in the past your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Did she say disdain? I thought she said vitriol. Maybe she said disdain. Disdain is another nasty word. You didn't just say, it was a little disrespectful. Disdain is a very, you talking to somebody with some disdain. It's almost like you hate them.
I was gonna say disdain and vitriol are very kind of. I mean, ain't the same word.
Vitriol, but she might have said disdain. Mm-hmm. But either way, those are some nasty. That's a nasty description. And again, if it's an accurate description, then I appreciate the honesty. But that's just bigger than we got into an argument and I said some nasty shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And my problem with Donna is, once again, you are compromising. You say you want to be married. This man has told you he don't have no timeline. He's not your person.
Mm-hmm. And he said it multiple times.
And he even said, your timeline ain't going to change my timeline. Now, the reality is, it's kind of hard to put a timeline on being married when you're not even in a relationship. So I think that her timeline is unrealistic. Ma'am, you need to actually be within a relationship before you can put a timeline on something. It'd be different. I've had friends who are in relationships and they're like, okay, we've been dating for 3 years. I need a ring within the next year or I'm going to have to reevaluate. To me, I can see that conversation. Girl, you don't even have a man. How you going to have a timeline on being married?
Well, I mean, you got to start there first. But, she's putting it in the universe. No,
you got to start with having a man first before you put a timeline on it.
Well, look, she's putting it into the universe, okay?
That's like saying I'm going to have a Bentley by the end of the year and you don't even have a driver's license. Can you start with the driver's license first before you start talking about what kind of car you're going to buy?
You guys
and the top of the line car at that. You didn't even say, well, I'm going to have a car by the end of the year. Girl, you want a Bentley?
You were funny. C. Golden said Vince is a lazy butthole, is making it clear he's not putting forth any effort to change. I will agree with that. V. Spencer said Phaedra's pizza man read to Kenya was disdain. Marlo speaking on Kenya's mom was disdain. People just be saying ish. Yeah, y'all please make sure you hit the like button. I respect.
Thank you, Jason. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. One of my moms just stepped in. His birthday was Friday, I believe.
Oh, happy belated. I respect Vince for being real about his timeline. Agreed.
I respect the fact. Listen, I told y'all from the beginning, and I know a lot of people didn't like Vince, but Vince was the one person that I liked because Vince was consistent. I may not have always liked the way he chose to express himself, but Vince has never wavered. He's been very clear and very intentional, I think, in this process. Now, I don't think he's ready to get married, but like he said ready for love ain't ready to get married. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Being ready for love does not mean you're ready to get married. He ain't wrong.
Little baby said, I guess she's gonna have an arranged marriage. Now, extra smoke. This thoughts are things. Thoughts become things. I am absolutely that person. So I hear what you're saying, really, B. You got to have a start and put some action.
Yeah, I mean, you can manifest it. Don't get me wrong. Like, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't say, I want to be married. There's nothing wrong with saying, I want to be married. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's not fair to the people that you are trying to date. You have not even dated them to say, my intention is to be married. Because basically what you're saying to that person is, I'm ready to be married. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're, and people's process does take longer than others. Yeah. But again, and maybe I shouldn't say your person is not there. I think, let me rephrase that, because maybe your person is there, but you need to take some pressure off. Let me say that. Mm-hmm. Take some pressure off. Enjoy the process. Enjoy getting to know these people. You can say, I intend to be married and sooner rather than later. I can respect that. But to say by the end of the year and you don't even have a man, I just think that's
well, I think also another dynamic that we're not talking about is she's made it clear that she wants kids. So, and Vince already has 2 kids that are in college, if I'm not mistaken, or damn near grown.
One is in
So,
college, at least what we know.
And I remember when he was asked about it, he was like, I'm good with the 2 I got, but I'll consider it. So to me, that in itself, and that's why I remember when they were in the men's lounge, he was like, I understand because of her age and her timeline, but there's no rush for him because he's been married. He's had the kids. So that's another reason why Donna needs to go find somebody that's more appropriate, because it's not a thing for Vince. He's good where he's at. Like you said, he wants to find a relationship, a companion, more than he cares about finding marriage again.
And to be fair, Vince probably shouldn't date women that don't have children, because if that's not high on his priority list, then you probably should not date somebody that's what they desire.
Right. Jaguar said, remember, Donna and Shannon focused on their career and studies respectively, and their biological clocks were ticking. If you remember on the Friends episodes, both set of friends mentioned timelines. You're right, Jaguar. Good memory. Extra Smoke said, my homegirl went to lunch with me and she declared she would be married and with a child in the next year. And she did that. She got in alignment with her wants. Yes. Well, you have to be in alignment. And then
Let me say this, and I don't know your homegirl, and so this is not a personal indictment on your homegirl, Jason. Let's be clear. I wonder, though. I just wonder. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. Go ahead.
Jaguar said that's why Donna's fixated on that. Remember, she said she wanted to move in by 3 months and have kids by whatever time she said. I don't remember now. Yeah, but she was very concrete on how she wanted things to move. Nikki said men being able to procreate until the end of time while women have a limited window to give birth has always been backwards. Women have been under pressure since day dot. I agree. It's not really fair, right? All right, so let's move on. Basically, Michael decides that, he feels like Donna is the better fit for Vince because Lauren gave interview answers is what he felt. And I was just like, I guess so, but it is what it is. Let's move on to Ashanti and Bello and Afis. Now, I'm going to be honest. This is when I started to get sleepy because I don't really think much was said here aside from she feels like, they have a good connection because they read the same books. And so she feels like because they read the same literature that they must have the same goals and same, values. And I was just like, no, y'all just like the same books. But okay. I mean, like, no shade. If y'all want to have a book club, but when we talking about love, like, those are 2 separate things, right? If y'all want to meet up and do the little book club and brunch, we could do that. But trying to fall in love just because y'all like the same books, I don't think that's I don't think that's a real reason, but that's just my opinion.
And was it Ashanti that they brought up the baby? The baby
she's the one that brought up the baby. Yes, she did. I was happy about that because I said, why isn't it? What's wild is Dom is the only one that hasn't brought it up.
Because Dom don't care. Dom doesn't care that he's not. See, I don't know Dom personally. I'm just telling you what my opinion is. My opinion is that she doesn't care that whether he's present with his other child or not, as long as she's getting what she wants. That's the impression I get. And I could be wrong because I don't know you, Dom, but they haven't shown us anything to make me feel differently.
Nikki said, I can't stand Bello. And whose son is Afis? Because they don't share the same mama and daddy. Possibly. DeMarcus said, will y'all check out Breathe Again about Tony Braxton Atkins, and Cree Summer on Lifetime. I think you sent that to me, but I don't know when it comes out. I very rarely do Lifetime, being honest, unless it's like a Wendy Williams situation. That's the only time you ever really see me over there.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably watch it. Will I review it? No, probably not. I mean, but I'll probably watch it.
Nikki said, Dom seems like the type to say F them kids. She absolutely, I don't want to say that about her, but if that's what y'all get,
that's what I get, Nikki, too. I get it, Nikki. But she'll be the kind of person that'd be cool if he helping her take care of hers.
Look, so then speaking of that, let's jump over because, like I said, this really didn't give nothing for real. Then we jump over to Bello, Lauren, and Dominique. Okay, and Dominique is like, oh, Bello is my person. Lauren shows up, introduces herself, and Dom is clearly bothered by the fact she's even there. Okay. And so Lauren talks about, wanting a man to build with. And that's when Dom was like, oh, but why would you want to build with him when last week you even said that you didn't even think you had a connection and whatever. And I was like, Lauren, why are you talking to me?
Right. Number one, that's not what Lauren said. Number two, at least that's not what I remember Lauren saying.
Right.
Number two, that's not your place. That's not your place to speak on that. But that's not what from what I remember, what Lauren said was that I felt like a side chick. And I felt like our connection was not as strong because I felt like he couldn't even have a conversation with me without worrying about what the hell was going on with Dominique. That's what I thought she said. But maybe, again, I did watch the episodes back to back, so maybe I missed something. But I don't remember her saying she didn't have a connection at all. I just remember her saying she felt like the connection wasn't as strong because of you, girl, because of you.
Because she couldn't even have a conversation with that man.
Right. So I felt like she misrepresented what Donna said. But again, like I said, Donna, when that man slept in her room, that was the end of that. See, that would have been the end of it for me. He slept with her. Whether they had sex or not isn't the point. He slept in her bed.
That part. But you remember when she tried to confront, were you here? I think you were here when we were talking about how he flipped it on her. When she came to address him about it, and he just completely flipped it and reversed it on her and was like, yeah, when she was like, I'm not going to tolerate this. And then he was like, say what you got to say. And either you going to stand on business, and then she didn't stand on business. She was like, no, I ain't got nothing to say. Basically.
Because again, you so worried about being on this show
right.
that you didn't hold to, because again, it ain't no hard feelings, but clearly you've made your decision. See, to me, you've made your decision.
Right. I agree. Is it Miss Tarika? Dom seems like she molds herself to fit a man. I can see that. And I apologize if I butchered your name. Nikki said Dominique was shining in the beginning and her slip has been showing. She's a BIT. Okay.
I didn't like her from the beginning with that whole, because wasn't she the one that had the whole situation about the tattoo with Vince?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't like her from that point.
Look, Dominique acts like she's already married to Polo. Oh, you mean Bello? Bolo. I can't. Jaguar said, really, B, did you do a video on Traders episode 4 and 5 already? If not, when are you doing it?
I have not done it yet. We're going to do the panel today, so I'll stream that on my channel. I do not know what time, but at some point it'll be sometime today. It'll be sometime this afternoon because I'm doing Beyond the Gates at 2:00 with JB. But no, I haven't yet, but I do have some things to say.
Can I be honest with y'all? I've never watched Traders, but just like some of y'all have never watched this show, but I really get a kick out of watching other people's recaps. Like, I know what's going on Traders, even though I have never actually put it on my TV, which is so wild to me. I'm still trying to understand. I feel like I kind of understand the concept of the game, but I'm not like and tell me if I'm wrong, really, B. But based off of what people, hey Sabrina, hey Traders,
what up? Hey Sabrina, y'all watch Traders too? Oh shit!
Look,
Sabrina,
J-Dub watching Traders.
Sabrina, I haven't forgotten. I've been putting those dust bags to the side for you. I have not forgotten. We're gonna link up so I can get you these dust bags. As I've been cleaning up, I've been putting them to the side, child.
But so I don't really watch it, but what I get from it is like a Big Brother Survivor type.
It is. It's really just honestly for me, it's an accelerated Big Brother. That's really what it is, honestly. Okay. I think I was explaining it to somebody the other day because I can't even say with celebrities because not all traders are celebrities. Because they have Traders Australia and they have Traders different, so they're not always celebrities. But it's very much. Sabrina, you would be so good.
What, on Traders?
She said she's applying for next season because they're doing that for next season. They're doing a season of non-celebrities. So Sabrina,
okay.
I'm gonna say this publicly because I might forget to say it to you later. I might forget to send it to you later. Work on getting your social media presence up because even though they want quote unquote regular people. They're going to look at your social media. They're going to look at how active you are on social media, how many followers and stuff you have, because of course they still want people that have sort of like a built-in fan base. Because I know the last time they did a quote unquote a regular season, they did a lot of people who were on social media, a lot of like people from TikTok that had large yep, see, she said they already asked for that. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Well, listen, we are ready, girl. I'll be there.
Yes. Now, Sabrina, if you go on there, that'll be the first season I start Traders. I will absolutely be the first one up there watching you and supporting and trying to figure out so you don't get traded or whatever y'all do over there.
Not traded, girl. Banished. Not traded, so you don't get banished. And Sabrina would make a good trader because her personality seems so sweet. And
I was gonna say you would never suspect her.
But we've seen that other side of Miss Sabrina from her season on Ready to
Love. Right.
She got a little bite there.
Okay,
cool.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Sabrina, they said drop your Instagram. So put your Instagram. I know you're not a mod, but put your Instagram in the chat, so people can subscribe. They said they want to follow you so they can help you get your numbers up, girl.
Yes, because I know you and J-Dub be doing y'all recaps together. I don't know if y'all have done it for the week already, but yeah, you can drop it in the chat.
They did it last night.
Oh, they did it last night?
I think so. I think I saw it come up last night.
Jaguar, yes, I'm doing Force tonight. I'm really disappointed though in the finale. I'm gonna be honest with you, so I'm gonna have a lot of smoke for them.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Lovely 31. I have not applied because my fat ass can't do them challenges. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I can't even if I were lighter, I have a physical. I can't do this. I can't do those challenges. So
no, she said she's doing it tonight.
Oh, it's tonight. Oh, my bad. I thought I saw it come up on my thing last night. Maybe maybe y'all set it up. I saw it on my thing. The mental part of it, I can absolutely do the mental part of it. It's the same thing with Big Brother. I can do the mental part of it. I have a great social game and all of that. It's the physical. I just so ain't no need me even applying because I can't. I'm not running through those forests. I'm not crawling under those tunnels. I'm not doing none of that shit. So.
Look, as soon as I heard something about some caskets, I said, oh no, oh no, I don't even play like that. I don't care if it's a challenge and it's not real. When they was talking about finding skulls, I said, oh no, I could never be on this show. Y'all would see me crashing out. Thank you so much, DeMarcus. What is the difference for the $5 super chat? What is the difference between The Apprentice and The Traders? That's a good question because I've never watched The Apprentice either.
So The Apprentice is two totally different concepts. The Apprentice was about you trying to get a job with Donald Trump. So basically every episode was a job interview. You had to, they would, every person, it was like you were a project manager. And based on the project, whichever, you were in two teams, and whichever team won the project, that team was safe. And the team that lost had to go before Donald Trump and his people. And basically they had to defend themselves, and one person would get fired. So it was two totally different concepts. The Traders is just about making it to the end. If you're a trader, if the traders make it to the end without being identified, they win the money. And each challenge is about building up money pots. Yeah, on The Apprentice, they were generally fundraisers. They were generally fundraisers, and whoever won raised the most money was generally the winner. But sometimes the winner was about who had a better executed plan. So yeah, but The Apprentice was, I'm gonna be honest, before we knew or understood exactly how fucking ridiculous and crazy and deranged this mofo was, The Apprentice was actually a pretty decent show. I used to watch The Apprentice. I loved it. Now, of course, in hindsight.
Right. In hindsight, it's 2020. Is that what they say?
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. We done went all off. We started talking about a whole nother show. That's how you know we really don't want to be up here talking about this one. So then, yeah, we see Dominique get real snappy with Lauren. And Lauren asked Bello, she's like, look, can you see us? Do you want to further this connection? What's up? What's good? And he's like, he looking at Dominique at the side, and he's like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. And so she was like,
see, again, why are you allowing yourself? See, and I've been there and done that. I have been guilty. I have been guilty. But I don't ever want to be in a position again where I give somebody else the power to decide if I am worthy to be with them.
Right. Nope. And so, of course, Lauren just sat there and took it. Dominique gets up and leaves. And finally, Afis breaks it down to him and said, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. That Dominique is possessive. It sounds like she'll go at anybody if they even breathe your air. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's what it's giving. And he was like, and I just think that Ashanti and Lauren are the better fit for you. But of course, Bello. And so, of course, this catches him off guard. But he ain't going to listen because apparently he's a little bit toxic. That's what it gives.
Even just like next week when didn't Lauren say not Lauren, didn't Dominique say, yeah, because Bellows talked to my family and da-da-da-da-da. But on the clip for next week's episode, why her daddy was like, so we understand you're Muslim. Yeah, we got a problem with that.
I said the same thing. I said, hold on. And look, Sabrina said they all ready to make it to the end. Right.
That's all it is, Sabrina
we've been screaming. This is a group of friends on this show. Don't nobody got no connection up here. This is a group of friends. And they've been able to hold each other down as long as they could, which is great that you made friends. But that's not what we're here to do. We're supposed to be finding love.
What we're here to do. This is not a famous quote from RuPaul's. This is not RuPaul's best friends race. This is not Tommy's best friend show. Okay, this is about being intentional about finding love.
Right. Nubian said Bello is going to be in serious trouble if he chooses Dominique. Absolutely. Absolutely. And honestly, even if he chooses her, and this is terrible to say, but even if he chooses her, I don't think we'll see them together by the reunion. Y'all want to take bets?
Y'all want to take no bets because they're not going to be together by the reunion. First of all, did you pay attention to how long ago they filmed this? They filmed this in 2024.
I know.
It's freaking 2026. They probably don't even speak to each other anymore. But you know what I noticed? That's why a lot of these people are not. Have you noticed that there isn't as many buzz on the blogs and they're not as active in chats and stuff like that as in the past? Because if I had filmed this show over a year ago, I wouldn't give a damn about nothing going on. Have you noticed? I mean, outside of this Darius situation with old girl, I don't see where a lot of these people are like, you know how they would be in our comments.
Real active, yeah.
But I guess, I mean, they literally filmed this in 2024. Y'all, it is 2026.
Right. DeMarcus said, would y'all rather go on, I know you talk, dating naked or ready to love? Neither one. But if I had to choose, damn it, I guess I'm on ready to love because I ain't dating
nobody. I was going to say, if I had to choose, it would be ready to love because I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going to nowhere.
I ain't going on TV naked.
Right. So, I mean, if I had to choose, but you're right. I'm not doing either one.
Thank you. Devin also met her mom on FaceTime. Right. What is that, Miami J or
Mia? I should call her Miami J too. It's Mia J.
Nubia said nobody's going to be together at the reunion. Okay, so y'all all feeling the same way. The Crescent Diva said Lauren and Dom were two alpha females competing, not looking for love. One gave nice, nasty, and the other one gave mean girl vibes. Oh, okay. I think that's a very good assessment. Little baby, that's own mucking up the show. Okay. Nikki B, Tommy is definitely noticing Dominique's manipulation. Tommy, the bald head. You stupid, not Tommy. I can't. Hold on. I have a little intruder. Let me see. Really, B, can you talk about why I handled this? Because I know he's about to come over here.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Hold on. I'm going to move on. No, don't you go. Thank you. He was getting ready to run right in the camera.
He was in the camera. I hate to be the one.
Really? He did. See, yeah, stay over there. Thank you.
What's the next scene and then go off camera?
All right. So, okay. So yeah, we can move on. I think it was Donna and Vince's little one-on-one date and her.
So Donna and Vincent. Okay. So first of all, Donna, don't wear them shorts ever again. Like I said, not because I don't think they just didn't flatter you, my love. Those shorts did not flatter you. Number two, I don't understand what's going on here. Like, to me, you wearing those shorts showed a level of desperation because it is clearly cold out there. Why are you wearing some booty short shorts? It's cold, ma'am. It's cold. Y'all not even, it would even be different if this was an inside date. It is an outside date. I know you were cold. You probably caught the damn flu. But anyway, so Donna and Vince. I really honestly feel like Vince has been very intentional and very clear about what he wants, what he doesn't want. He done already told you what his timeline is. You told him what your timeline is. And if I'm being funny, like I think I've already said it. Like he's been very clear about what it is he's going to do and not going to do, and I feel like you keep trying to get him to change his mind.
Agreed.
And he's not. He's not.
Dom is just as tacky as Darius. Okay. In my opinion, the people who were ready to love were sent home. Okay, Miss Edith. I do think Shannon was there for the right reasons. I do think Nicole was there for the right reasons. So I have to agree with that. That's a very good assessment. Nikki said those shorts look cheap. Her cottage. Okay, let's not looked awful and it was cold AF.
You know. They just didn't flatter her. I mean, they just didn't flatter her. Again,
well, and it's not seasonally appropriate, like you said.
Well, number one, it's not seasonally appropriate. But even if it were seasonally appropriate, I would still say those do not listen. They didn't flatter her. The way they ballooned up, they look like bloomers with some lace over top of them. They just weren't cute.
You said they just weren't cute.
I'm sorry, they just weren't. But it looked desperate to me because this man has on a sweater,
right,
and cargo pants. And when you look at it looked like it was fall.
Yeah, no, and it was wild. And she's in a long sleeve shirt, and I think at least the boots come up somewhere past her calf, and then she got on these little small shorts. So yeah, I never understand that.
Sabrina says she changed throughout the season. It feels like she was trying to keep up with the other women. I think so too. I think her and Shannon should have been on a different show. I don't know.
Well, what it was for me,
Shannon and the pearls was killing me. The pearls were killing me.
No, she's probably. I wouldn't doubt. I'm sure she's an AKA. That's why she.
That don't mean you got to wear pearls every day. That is not a uniform.
Look at Giselle. Very seriously.
Look at Giselle. Look at Wendy. You don't have to wear pearls every day just because you're AKA.
True. That's true. Hey, Two Geeks and a Nerd. Welcome. Now, one thing I don't know if you noticed last episode, when they did the round table with Tommy, this girl was in a whole ball gown.
Who?
Donna. Which I was like, why is everybody else in their regular, they came in their regular clothes to the deliberation, and she was in a full on, like she was going to a black tie gala.
Maybe she just can't dress. Some people just can't fucking dress. Maybe she just can't dress.
So I don't know. Maybe she like Sabrina said, maybe she just switching it up. Nikki,
right. Reese Spencer said, I don't wear my pearls every day. My niece is an AKA. Y'all don't see her walking around this house with pearls on. That is not a thing. That is not a thing.
Those gold majorette tights made 0 sense. Oh, talking about Dom. Remember what Tommy said about, well, this is Detroit. He was talking about the way they all dress. Okay.
Child, Detroit is special.
Okay, so you said you don't wear your pearls every day, V. Two Geeks said, ready to be lame. Lord, oh, y'all are terrible. But all right, let's move on. I really don't have a lot for this scene either, which is Ashanti and Darius. Maybe you can help me out. They seem like they had a cute little I fly whatever date. But at this point, I feel like this is borderline desperation.
It is. Darius, I think, remember when at the end when Darius was talking to old girl and she was like, well, I was done with you after he found out she talked to Vince, and she was like, well, I was done with you. I think this day, if we were to go back and find out the timeline, I bet you this date happened after the big fight when they weren't speaking anymore and they thought it was over. So Darius was trying to find a backup plan. I bet you.
I can agree with that. I can absolutely agree with that. Mia says she looked like she was dressed for the reunion. Right. Okay. So it wasn't just me. She did. So basically, I mean, like I said, I ain't really getting nothing from this, but I think this was a backup date. And just to make sure he had somebody to choose or to meet on
like
the bridge.
He said, well, we haven't had a date all season.
Boy. I agree, Miss Edith. Darius wants Ashley because she's young enough to mold and control. Absolutely.
Ooh.
Well, you know what? Let me take that back. He thinks that, but that's the one thing I got to give her. Yes, she may be younger, but she ain't a complete fool because she's like, no, that's not what I'm doing.
That is true. She's like, yeah, that's not how this is gonna work out.
Right. Hey, GC Chair. And then other than that, so we get to the deliberation, which I didn't have, but they meet in the men's lounge and they all basically pile up on Lauren, especially Bello. And he's like, she came into now this is the one thing I didn't like. How did Bello know what was said in the ladies' lounge?
Because Dominique fucking told him.
But that's you know what I'm saying?
But remember, Dominique said it at dinner. Dominique was like, "Well, Lauren, you said that." Remember, she said it.
No, and I agree that was said, but my point is it should have never left the ladies' lounge, as
No,
Tommy
I
always
agree.
said.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But she said it.
Mm. So yeah, so basically he addresses that, and for that reason, he's like, I feel like she can go. Darius brings up his issues with Ashley, and her not wanting to submit, or his definition of submission. And cheers to Treese. Well, thank you, GC Chair, and I love that you got your glasses, and
I was
it's
going to
not
say, I hope that's
not
a red
cup. Nubian said Dominique's big mouth, right? So basically, y'all, I didn't even get Ashley and Darius, but Darius does save Ashley and lets her know that she can stay, and she's still ready to love. And then basically Lauren meets with Bello, and he said, girl, it's time for you to check up out of here. You done overstayed your welcome, which I mean, you should have self-eliminated. So
right, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why she had an attitude, girl. You knew you didn't have nobody there when y'all was on the cabin trip. You knew before the cabin trip, but you damn sure knew after the cabin trip. Ain't no need in you being mad.
Ooh, Sabrina gave us a little tea. She said they have group chats about what happens in the lounge.
That ain't no tea. We've been on that. Well, from going back to her season, they talked about that.
That's true, but they're not supposed to. That's all I'm saying.
I know they're not supposed to, but they do. Both sides, the men do and the women do. That's how they know. Oh, that's how they always know. I know. I mean, I was excited about this date, but I know that they met today. So blah blah. They know.
Nikki said that's why Tommy asked Dominique why she was, or no, yeah, that's why Tommy asked Bella why Dominique was talking to Lauren. Yes. C. Golden said, according to Lauren's interview with Chloe, there was a lot of lying and sabotage. All right.
Again, that's nothing new. It happens every season. Like, see, this is what we're not going to do. We're not going to sit here and act like they're doing something this season that they don't always do. They do it. Every season is lying. It's manipulation. Y'all remember that DC season? They were having whole house parties. They're not even supposed to see each other outside of filming. They was having whole cookouts and house parties. That incident where old girl said that the dude touched her inappropriately.
I know what she's talking. I can't remember her name right
all
now.
the names now.
Yeah,
that was them hanging out. That was them out at a club one night. Like they do a lot of stuff they're not supposed to do. And again, I get it. It's a show, but that's why ain't no need for you to be mad, girl. You showing up mad. What you mad about?
The Crescent Diva said alpha females don't like rejection. That's why she was acting hurt. Okay, so you don't think it was really about him. C. Golden said, I didn't say it was new. Look, I thought it was, because again, I guess I did know that they were, but it just always surprises me because the man says it every season, all the time throughout the season, and these people still say, and do what they want to do.
He says it to cover. I think he says it to cover himself and to cover, because at the end of the day, like for example, that same situation I'm talking about, that happened with again, I don't remember these people's names. That happened with
Miss Pretty Amazing. It was Shiloh and Phil. That's
Shiloh and Phil. Well, they had to actually have a sit down, and that was part of the conversation, that because now she wants to try to turn this into, like, I mean, it sounded like she was borderline going to bring charges on Phil. And at the end of the day, girl, y'all wasn't even supposed to be there. And that's part of the problem when cameras aren't there. There's none of that is caught on camera. Ooh. It's your word against his.
Now, I will say, I absolutely agree, Sabrina. If you don't get with the clicks, they try to get you voted off. It definitely is giving a little Survivor team.
Again, and I hate to keep going back to DC, but I just so much stuff came out after DC about how much, from both seasons. Ooh. But same thing in DC, and Sabrina, I feel like that's part of what happened with Sabrina, is that there were these cliques, and Sabrina wasn't on the inside of one of the cliques, and it turned into a whole thing. I know with what's her name, Camille, and what was the other one? The Camille, they're still friends now.
I want to say Zaria, and that's not her name.
Zaria, yeah.
Is it Zaria? No, I don't think it's Zaria.
It started with a Z.
It did start with a Z, though.
Yeah, but the two of them were and it was them, and then remember it was the whole thing with the lady who was the hairdresser, and when they had dinner that night, Zaria, that's it, Zaria. It was a whole thing, and then we found out later it was just so cliquey. That's why I said you can tell this season, because there were certain seasons that people were so vested in, and I feel like Ready to Love hasn't had that in like the last 2 or 3 seasons, and I don't know if it's because the filming is so far, like when they air it, it filmed so long ago that people don't care. But remember those Miami seasons, Texas, DC,
I feel
baby,
like
those people was on it. They were in our inboxes. They were coming on
yes.
our panels. We were doing interviews. They was giving us behind the scenes tea. But it seems like with Philadelphia and with Detroit, they don't care.
Oh yeah, they were like, but I think that's because they waited so long.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
I
that's
think that
because they
has a
waited so
lot to
long.
do with, and then with Philadelphia, they had that long break. I think people just lost interest.
Sabrina said the feds were absolutely involved. And look, so I'm gonna move past that because yeah, that's wild.
There's a variety of reasons why the feds could have been involved. As somebody who lives here in DC, what a lot of people don't understand is that there's a lot of property that is federal, that's considered federal property, not city property. So if something happened on property that was considered federal property, the feds could be involved. If people worked for certain agencies, the feds could be involved. I don't know because that was years ago. I don't remember all of the details, but I can
Right.
absolutely believe that it could be on that level. Oh, Sabrina said, because they interviewed her. Okay.
Oh, okay. See, Golden said yes. Lauren was alluding to what Sabrina is saying. Okay. GC said Lauren said she was hold on. Lauren said that she was mad at Big Head because of what he was being told by Dom. Okay. Oh, and yes, her name was Zadia. Thank you guys.
Zadia, that's what it was. I knew it was a Z.
Look, we knew it was a Z. Okay. Give us, thank you. We appreciate y'all, virtual co-hosts. Jaguar said Darius and Ashley won't make it to the end. They won't be together by the reunion. Oh, you don't even think they'll meet each other on the bridge? Is that what you're saying, Jaguar? Donna might, but her need for an accelerated timeline might make him look for the exit. Dom and Bello make it to the end, but they'll be donezo by the reunion. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. You just called it. We can just go ahead and say that that's probably what's going to happen. Okay.
I agree. Again, I think this show is a great concept. I think that just like it's hard to stay authentic and produce a TV show at the same time. But I think the concept is a great. I mean, it's basically speed dating on crack. It's a great concept.
Not speed dating on crack.
It is. I mean, because they film these seasons in like a month. And so you got to think about it, a lot happens in a month's time. All of these dates, an away trip, confessionals, like all of this shit happens in a small window of time. And I think that whatever vetting process they do, they try to find, authentic people. Like at the end of the day, though, it's still a TV show. So I think them trying to produce has gotten in the way of the authenticity of the experience.
I can agree. Because I think that, like, I feel like, and this is no shade to Ready to Love, but I feel like, and this is literally not because Sabrina's here. I would have said this before, but I really feel like after DC, it fell off. Like once we went to Miami and then we went back to Texas, I can't even say I really enjoyed that much. And that's when, because remember, that's when we started thinking about checking out, really, B. We were like, this is just not good anymore. Like,
it's not good anymore.
We're trying. But yeah, I don't think it's really been really that entertaining or genuine or somewhat real.
And I feel like DC. And I feel like, and I think every season had people that were just trying to get exposure. I do believe that. But I think since DC, we have so many more people that I feel like, oh, well, like in Miami, you have friends of people who were on other seasons. Like we still see that. We saw that this season. It's friends of people who are on other seasons. We see all of these people that are connected, that know each other. So now, are you really vetting and going out into these cities and finding people? Or are you just asking old contestants, do you know anybody that live in Detroit? You think they want to come on the show? You know anybody that live in Texas? Like when they went back to Texas and so many of those Texas people were connected to the other Texas people, it just, I don't know, it just lost a lot for me.
Yeah, it's like refer a friend.
I agree, Sabrina. Sabrina said, honestly, the producers don't control what is said or how we act. I agree, but producers, they spin the stories. But you were there, so I don't want to, I don't want to take away your experience. You were there, so I understand. But from the outside looking in, because I agree, like, for example, and I don't have no beef with Camille. I don't have no beef with Camille, but girl, to this day, you act like you didn't say what we know you said.
Well, see, okay, so what is interesting now that you say that, now again, you know me, I love to play an advocate, so I got to do my thing, right? But I actually had the pleasure of meeting Camille, okay? And so we've had this because I obviously can't get up on my platform and talk junk and then see you and not address it in your face. That's just not who I am. So I said, hey girl, me and Nell said, look, this looks real crazy. And she said, and she broke down. And then there were a lot of other people that came in and said they will absolutely take something you said from one scene as far as verbiage and audio and then put it to another scene, and it don't even make sense or match up, but they'll put it there to make it fit this narrative. Now, again, two things can be true at the same time, but I'm just gonna say that
we saw her mouth move.
I like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Now, you're right that production will take creative license with editing. That's what I mean by production. But girl, we saw your mouth move.
Sabrina said they just tell us where to sit, maybe give us questions to ask because the scene is dry, or they'll tell someone to go talk. Okay.
I don't know. I think the chance you take when you pull quote unquote random people. Sabrina said she was there. It happened. See, I'm with Sabrina. Sabrina was there. The chance you take when you put random people together is that there's not going to be spark. There's not going to be magic. So I think that's where production comes in to create the spark, to create the magic. That's my opinion. However, sometimes there is no match. And every match doesn't have to end in marriage because to my knowledge, I know that Sabrina and Walter just got married a couple earlier, last year. I think Sabrina and Walter got married from not Sabrina Walter, Lord, not Sabrina Walter. No, wasn't her name Sabrina too?
Yeah, that was from the second part of DC.
No, that was Sabrina. That was this Sabrina season. Because remember, Walter, Sabrina was the first person on the bridge to say,
oh, okay, you're right. Well, no, this Sabrina, let's not confuse the Sabrinas because there was a Sabrina on the other part
right,
two.
Well, what's the girl's name?
Her name is Sabrina too. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But she just saying she was from a different season.
Yeah, she was from the
second. Got it. Okay, then I'm gonna stick. All right, then I'm gonna stick by what I'm saying. Then to my knowledge, we do not know of a couple that has gotten married, and I know there's a caveat there. I'm gonna get to that in a second. We do not know of a couple that has gotten married and stayed married that were on the same season, for the exception of Joy and Clifton, and we're gonna put them over there to the side. But to my knowledge, now we know people who dated, and we even know people like Sabrina and Walter who met. They were on different seasons, but from the same city. They got married. We know of people who have dated, and maybe it didn't work out, but they dated for a while. We know people who don't have babies, but that's life, though, right? Isn't that life? So I don't know. But you would that was in 12 seasons, they would have one successful couple. Camille and Cornelius never got married.
No, they did get married.
They did not.
Miss Pretty Amazing, they
did not.
Are you sure? In real life?
In real life, they never got married. They did that thing on the show, and they were supposed to get married, and they never did.
Well, look at you spilling more tea, because I could have sworn.
They are not married.
Now,
they are not married.
Now, did they stay married? I was gonna say, okay, really be. If they broke up,
going over there to commit. Going over there to commit.
I already know.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. A couple of maybe a week ago, maybe even a week before that. It was on her Instagram story, so maybe it's gone. She point blank said, "We never got married."
All I know. Again,
they were engaged to be married.
I just noticed that after we saw them. And again, because I follow her, I noticed, I was like, she's not posting him anymore. He's not really posting her.
Yeah, I don't think they're together anymore.
No, and so I thought you were just saying that, they you know, they got married, then they broke up.
I guess people be saying stuff in her, you know, people have been noticing that Cornelius isn't on her page, so they've been making comments. Because I still follow her on Instagram. And she said something on one of her Instagram stories. She said, funny, I've never been married. That's real interesting. People telling me that I'm married or that I'm divorced. She said never married. She didn't say divorced.
Look, Miss Pretty Amazing. We learned something new today. Okay.
I'm just telling you, now listen, if it's a lie, she told it. I'm just telling you what she said on her Instagram. I can only go by what she said. She said she wasn't never married. Now, I know they did that little thing on the show, but remember, Tommy even said that this is something they just did for us. And I don't even think it was official, even though Tommy said that he went online and he got his license. But
Miss Eda, Cornelia seemed like he was afraid of Camille.
Let me ask y'all this question. Did y'all ever see any wedding pictures?
Okay, so again, I thought it was something, you know how some people like to keep things private. Look at everybody in the chat trying to get Sabrina to give us tea.
Wait a minute. You think, wait a minute, let me ask you, come on now, Treese. You think after all that we went through with Camille and Cornelius that they wouldn't have posted a wedding picture? You mean to tell me you think that we would not have seen a wedding party, a bachelorette trip? We wouldn't have seen nothing?
And look, I can't even say nothing because, again, I've met her and I know her personality. She absolutely would have been very loud and proud if they got married. So I got to give you your thing. I got to give you your thing. Damn, that is wild.
I know, Sabrina Boo. I know.
Two Geeks said the show has no realness anymore, even in clips. That's why I stopped watching. Hasn't been good since season 4 for me. Okay. Lil Baby said they had a Brandy wedding on the show. Don't do that. Leslie said, Billy B, love your channel.
Hey, Leslie. Hey, boo.
Look, I'm about to say this.
I assumed it was legal from the show. So here's the thing. That took place in Pennsylvania. Both of them live in Maryland. They would have had to file paperwork. Could it have been legal? Sure, it could have been legal. But Tommy even said that they were going to have an actual wedding with their family and blah, 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 blah.
Well,
all I'm gonna say is this, and let me say this: if it's a lie, she put it on her Instagram story that she wasn't married. Now that's what she said, and we know that they not. We're pretty certain that they're not together because they're not on either one of their Instagram.
Maybe they just keep their private life private.
Tree.
Look, oh my God! Look, if I see that she's unfollowed me, I don't know why.
She might unfollow me because I don't have no beef with Camille, and I've actually talked to her a couple of times because she was going to come on my teacher project because she's a teacher. Mm-hmm. So I was because she's a theater teacher, so I was going to get her to come on, and we just never could make the dates work. But but at the end of the day, when it comes to this show, I never bit my tongue when it came to Camille and the show, and I still feel how I felt.
Right
now,
right.
I think I've heard that she's an amazing teacher. I know she's done some great things with the theater. With the theater program at the school where she works, she's gotten her PhD. I give her kudos for all of those things.
That, right.
But when it comes to this show, I just got to speak on what it was and what I believed it to be.
Well, y'all, that was it. Ain't got no more.
The finale is next week, child.
Yep, and the finale is next week. So we're going to see who is going to meet on the bridge and who is going to choose himself. Y'all drop y'all predictions in the chat before we get up out of here and let us know who you think is going to leave here together. Okay? And really be, look, let us know. Look, learn something new every day, Miss Pretty Amazing. Right. But yeah, y'all. So really be, what you got going on your channel?
Child, we're going to be busy today. We have to do Beyond the Gates. We're going to do Traders. I'm gonna try to do. We gotta talk. Child, just have your notifications on because it's gonna be a busy day. And of course, we're gonna do Potomac tonight. I'm gonna do Married to Medicine tomorrow because we off. I'm off tomorrow, so I'm gonna do tomorrow.
Okay, cool. So y'all, again, make sure y'all have your notification bells on. Of course, I got my live for Force tonight for the finale, which I'm still feeling away, but that's okay. We're going to get through it and do it. So that's 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Y'all make sure you have notifications on. I also need to give y'all the last two for Beyond the Gates for the week. Don't forget, all my Beyond the Gates people, that we will not have a regular episode tomorrow for MLK Day. They are actually doing like a special, which is still should be pretty cute. It's like interviewing the cast and about their characters. So I'll probably talk about that a little bit too, but not too much. But otherwise, that's what's going on over here. So if you guys haven't already, please go ahead and hit the like button. And make sure you guys comment. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you're following us on all the platforms: TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, IG, Blue Sky, Lemonade, all that good stuff, Snapchat. And yeah, y'all, well, what, you got something to say, Really B?
No, I was waving.
Oh, okay.
The Traders panel, I'll put it on my channel. I'm not sure who's hosting it, but I'll stream it on my channel.
All right. All right, y'all. Well, we will catch you next week for the finale. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed week and happy MLK Day. Bye-bye.